and access to energy, and in particularly oil. So that's something that I wouldn't like to speculate, but the larger principle that guides it is ensuring the energy security of India. Similarly, Huma, you had said about Jindals. Look, that is a question you have to ask them. Of course, if there, as and when we are able to raise the issues of pending payments, etc., we will raise it. But again, I don't want to prejudge what could happen without any significant movement on the ground. This is something, of course, we keep a close eye on, and as and when there are developments, we will share with you. But some of this, of course, is done by the private sector or by traders. So as I said, larger picture of being guided by our energy security requirements, I think, is the overarching framework. Avinash, you had asked about G20 Virtual Summit. Yes, invitations have been extended. I'm not sure if the date is yet public. The countries know the date. There is a fixed date in November that we have, but let's hold off for announcing it publicly. As yet, I'm sure other countries are aware of it. We look forward to participation by as many leaders as they can. It's a virtual event. But again, like I answered Reza's query, the participation is dependent on the invitee. But we do hope that there is high degree of participation at this summit. Rajiv, you had asked about the developments in Qatar. Let me see if I have an update here. My understanding is that there was a last hearing, the 7th hearing, earlier this month. We are closely following the court proceedings in what is called the Court of First Instance. As I said, October 3rd was the 7th hearing. We understand that a judgment is expected, in fact, later this month. Earlier, our ambassador and our deputy chief of mission met the 8 men in prison on October 1st, after they were granted consular access. As you are aware, we have been in regular touch with the families too, and we are rendering all possible assistance. So as and when we have more updates, we will share that with you. As regards journalists being asked to leave, I presume you're talking about non-Qatari citizens. I don't have information on that. I don't even know if they're Indian. I have noted. It hasn't come to our attention. Nobody has complained to us. I will note it down. Okay. Thank you very much for the. Sorry, you have some. Sorry, you can't jump in last. Please take a seat. I think there are seats there. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, the Karakoram Highway is being upgraded it's a joint effort by Pakistan and China. It's a 240-kilometer stretch between Raikot and Thokat, which is being upgraded. Besides that, there is a Frontier Tunneling Institute in Pakistan that has begun work on the CPEC. So just wanted your views on both.
Okay. Kalol, if you have a question, okay, if you could sit would be nicer.
Yeah. This is about the burning issue of the day, the Palestine-Israel conflict.
I just did a whole series of it, if you have, unless you have something.
Just one more, which is that has India really made its position clear on the ceasefire? More than 3,700 Palestinians have died and more than 1,300 Israelis are dead. Many Indians are living there and working. So what is really India's position on the ceasefire?
Okay. Yeah, okay, you have a clarification? Okay.
Reza from Hindustan Times. Just a clarification, you mentioned about the hearings in Qatar and that a judgment is awaited this month. Does that mean that the charges have finally been laid against the Indian sailors?
Thank you. Srinjoy, I wouldn't like to comment on specific developments that you mentioned, except to say that you know our position on these are territories that are in illegal occupation of Pakistan, and you know our position very clearly on violation of our sovereignty and our territorial integrity, and let me reiterate the same. I don't want to comment on exactly what is being done, but our view on developments in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir are very clear, and I just have to reiterate them today on both these issues. I understand they do pass through those areas of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir that are part of Indian territory. Kalol, as I mentioned again, since you missed the first part, and you just let me reiterate what you've been saying. I think we have talked about the terror attack. We have condemned it, and I think it is important the international community stand together to condemn it. On Palestine, our position, we have reiterated our position in favor of direct negotiations for establishing a two-state solution. We have also expressed, in particular at your query, our concern at the civilian casualties and the humanitarian situation that is happening day by day. And we would urge the strict observance of international humanitarian law. So that is what I would like to share with you. Reza, look, I don't know. Yes, the charges were presented as part of the hearings, but again, I wouldn't like to get into the legal part of it. They have legal representation in court. We are now looking forward to the, as I said, the seventh hearing, to what the court judgment is, and we hope that they are able to return back to India. Thank you for joining. Good evening.
My father, who was a bureaucrat, had become a secretary. In 1980, when Indira Gandhi was re-elected,